Lockdog Industry here. I'm gonna talk about Ubisoft, two games of Ubisoft: Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed Revolutions. Now, it all has to do with the Piece of Eden. And I'm gonna say this: I like Ubisoft games, but I caught this when I was playing. I was playing these games, and I saw something weird. Like, okay, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood has the Piece of Eden. Ezio already has the Piece of Eden, and Desmond finds it in a temple, in a cool green light temple, and that's when he kills. Or spoiler alert, he kills. Juno makes him kill somebody, but in Assassin's Creed Revolution, Ezio is really old. He's about in his 60s, and and it shows how he finds the temple. He finds the Piece of Eden in Altair's library, which is like, doesn't make sense because he already had the Piece of Eden. Desmond finds it in a temple, but Ezio finds in the next game. Ezio finds it, and it's just confusing. Like, you already have the Piece of Eden. And Desmond finds in a temple where supposedly Ezio put it, and then next thing you know, Ezio really old at 60 finds it again. Looks like he never seen it before and finds it, but he's learning from it from his ancestor Altair, and he finds it and he's like blown away, and this is weird because it's just confusing. Why have the Piece of Eden already, hide it in a temple in the future? Someone from the future that you're related to, you're his ancestor, finds it in a temple, but you find it again, and you're all surprised, and you find it in a different temple when you already have it. You find it again, but you look so surprised. I don't get that. That's why I don't get it. Ubisoft games are good, but I found that I looked at this closely, and I'm like, what? This is so confusing. He already had the Piece of Eden, and he found it again. It doesn't make sense. Like, what the crap? No, Ubisoft, I love your games, but this is so freaking confusing. Why do this? And another thing I want to talk about: Assassin's Creed 3 with Edward in it. Edward, an Indian. And I saw this on YouTube. Some guy pointed out it was an Easter egg when he mentions about his ancestor, Connor, I think from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. But this is 3 before 4. And Edward's ancestor is from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. What the crap? Okay, this is what I should think. For Assassin's Creed Revolution, Ezio, and they mix it, they switch it. Ezio finds it, he has it. He finds it in Altair's library, he has it. Then, in Assassin's Creed Revolutions, Desmond finds it in a different temple, and it shows how it got there. Not different. And for Assassin's Creed 3 and Black Flag, it should be where Black Flag comes first, and then the American Revolution in Assassin's Creed 3. That's how it can make sense about Connor being Edward's ancestor, and how he knew how to sail within his blood, and how Desmond could find that Piece of Eden, and how where Ezio went to Altair's library, took it and put it in a different temple, and Desmond finds it. Like, that would be so much easier. I haven't seen the others yet, but Ubisoft, I noticed this and it's so freaking confusing. Don't take this personally, but I find it so confusing that you did this to your game. It's like so freaking confusing. Like, doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And one other thing is that whenever I noticed this, I told everyone I knew, I told my friends, and they're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." I showed them the video, and they're like, "This doesn't make sense." I'm like, "I know. It's like so freaking confusing. Like, why would you do this to a game? Make it like where it makes sense and all that." And like, it just doesn't make any sense to me that you could create a cool game but make it real confusing. Ubisoft. I mean, I like your games and everything, how you created Assassin's Creed, but what? Oh God, like just make it simple. Like where it's a whole story, like how Ezio finds it in Altair's library, puts it in a different temple. Desmond finds it in that same temple. Like that would make more sense. And Edward and Connor make Black Flag come before the American Revolution, and then they could be the ancestor of Edward. Like that's just freaking confusing. Like why? Like just so freaking confusing, Ubisoft. Like doesn't make any sense. Like just doesn't make any sense. You have this cool, awesome game, but it's real confusing. I don't know if I'm the only one that found this out or noticed it, but if you do look at this, look at the games, play them, play Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Revolutions, and Assassin's Creed 3, and then Black Flag. Because this is so confusing. And I'm probably not the only one who's noticed this. If you've noticed this, leave a comment in the below, and you'll probably know what I mean if you just see this. If you just play it, or even look it up on YouTube. The sequences, look it up, cause that's how I found out about the Brotherhood. Cause I look at it, then I knew about Revolutions, and I looked it up. I'm like, yeah, this is so confusing. Real confusing. I mean, the games are cool. Yes, they're cool. It's cool to be a trained assassin to where you kill people who are against you. But like, make it simple. Make it like it's not confusing. Ubisoft, make this game. You should just make games to where it's simple and it makes sense. Cause Brotherhood, Revolutions, Assassin's Creed 3, Black Flag, don't make sense. It doesn't make sense to have these four games seem different from each other. It just doesn't make sense, Ubisoft. Why do this? Why do this? It just doesn't make any sense. Ubisoft. Why? Don't be hating Ubisoft, cause it's confusing. I might not probably the only one who noticed this. If anyone else notices this, please leave a comment about down below. That's how you could, if you understand what I mean about this being so freaking confusing. And God, this is total. God. Yeah, this is like so freaking confusing. Like, why? Ubisoft, why? Anyways, that's all for today. Ubisoft, why? And it's just so confusing, Ubisoft. Anyways, if you agree, or if you've seen it and you know what I mean, leave a comment below. Leave a comment below, and I'll see you later, and talk more about these things, about Ubisoft's games and how it's confusing. All right. Leave a comment below. Please like, subscribe, and talk to you guys later.